So what was it kind of like getting your name signed then?
Yeah, so basically when I met my management, they said to me, you don't need a record label. Let's invest the money that you've saved up to release your first ever independent single and then, you know, pay somebody to do a music video and all this stuff. So I actually saved up £20,000 since I was younger to buy a house. So that was my house deposit. And then they said to me, invest your 20 grand into your first single. So I was like, oh my God, what if it flops and I've lost everything? So I did, and luckily it went off, and the people's support, you know, it's one thing somebody liking and sharing your video, but it's another thing people purchasing your single, sharing it, listening to it. So luckily that got noticed, and then I had a few label meetings, and Virgin EMI at the time snapped me up, basically. I was with them for a good couple of years, and things came to a mutual end there because it was taking so long to get new music out. And with social media, I feel like you've got to hit it at the right time. And if you start, you know, if you just release music and then you just leave it for a year, people will forget about you and move on. And now I've met new management, and I'm doing it all independently through an independent label, and it's going really well for me. I'm in great control of everything. I can say yes and no to whatever, and you know, it's just brilliant, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, I mean, it must be going really well. You reached #1 on the iTunes chart. So.
I know. I can't believe it. It took me back to, you know, my first ever release, really. It's been ages since that's happened. Somebody messaged me, you know, and said, it's in the top 200, it's 198. And I just giggled, really. And I was like, oh, my God, I didn't even expect it to get anywhere near the top 200.
Yeah.
And then within the next 24 hours, I managed to do some sort of, you know, campaign on social media going, oh my God, it's 198, and then all of a sudden it was going up to #1. I just couldn't believe it.
It must have been such a shock, really, because you know it's climbed so fast as well, hasn't it?
I know. Well, I said on Instagram when I was doing an Instagram live, because I was doing loads of lives that week to try and promote the single. So I said to them, you know, if it gets into the top 40, not thinking it would, I was like, I'll eat a bit of dog food on live stream. And then what do people do? They go and buy it. So I have to eat dog food. And I did eat dog food on live stream, and it wasn't...
What was the kind of process of putting that song together?
With my management, Sonda, who are the DJs on the track, they are also signed to my management. And they had this song, obviously Company, the one I released, and they were looking for a feature artist. So they just approached different singers and just say, do you want to jump on the track and, you know, record it? And I heard it, and instantly I was like, I'm in love with it. I need to get on it. So I went into their studio, God, this must have been about 8 months ago, and recorded my vocals. I just feel like with lockdown as well, it was a really positive, happy song. That weekend it got released, the sun was shining, it was beautiful outside. People were visualising when we're going to be able to go out and party and be with our family in June. So, yeah, I feel like it was the right time to do it.
What would you kind of like to say to the people that have supported you and given you kind of such a big platform?
I'm so grateful. Releasing music is like a roller coaster of emotions. So for a month you're on a buzz of, oh my God, it's doing really well. And then you have a couple of months of downtime where you think there's not a lot going on. It's like, you know, the energy you put out, you get back. I'm so grateful. And the more grateful I am for everyone, for all their support, and I actually feel so grateful inside. I feel like the more it brings it again.
If people want to buy or stream Company, how can they?
Yes, so it's available on all platforms. So it's on Apple Music, Spotify, Deezer, Amazon, iTunes, any way you can think of, it will be there.